Welcome back to Mike's Archers YouTube, and we're checking out some of the new 2021 bows. It's early in the season, but some of these bow companies are already releasing some of the new lineup that's going to be coming at us for 2021. And PSE has got the brand new Xpedite NXT. Now it's very similar to the Xpedite that they had in the past for the last couple years, but there are a few changes that they made on this bow. To start with, they were able to keep the speed. So this is still coming into you at that 360 feet per second mark, and that is depending on what modules you put on there. It's going to come from the factory with a high let-off mod, and you're going to get about 350 on the top end of that one. But if you put it on that low let-off mod, then you're going to be able to get that 360 if that's what you're wanting to see, is all the speed you can possibly get. The specs also stayed the same as far as a 33-inch axle-to-axle on this bow, and they kept that evolved cam system that they've had and developed over the last several years. Still a great feeling cam. It's probably one of our favorite cams here at Mike's Archery on any bow. So all that's pretty much the same. Now for the differences, just like the NXTs from this year, they have adjusted that limb angle on the new Xpedite. And when they did that, it gave it a much deader feel. Now we're going to shoot this here in a little bit, but we've already taken some shots out of it, and it is definitely a different feel from the old Xpedite. And so this bow with that limb angle change like they did on the other NXT models is just going to give that better feel, a deader, just no vibration in your hand when it goes off. And overall, we are loving what PSE is doing with these changes. So a couple of the other changes that they have made for this year is they did add that double stabilizer hole down here. So you've got a high and a low stabilizer hole for you to move that stabilizer wherever you want to get the balance right for whatever setup you've got going on. One of the other changes that PSE made for this year was a change in the grip. Now with the old bow, the old Xpedite was 5 1/4 inches brace height, and it did not have a rubber grip. It was just that straight metal grip, which is a really nice target grip, sits in your hand very well. But if you're that guy that likes a little more form-fitting grip, something a little warmer on your hands, and just a little more beef in your hand, they did add a rubber grip. Now you can leave this rubber grip on, and it does come in at 5 1/2 inches on the brace height, or you can take it off. If you like that really thin metal grip and that's something that you really want, then you can slide this right off here with a couple screws, and you're right back to 5 7/8. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference on the brace height there, but you can get back to that metal grip if that's what you like. PSE also has a weight on this bow at 4.74 pounds. Now, you know, we like to throw them on the scale and just keep them true out there, and we did get it to come in at 4.8. So 4.74, we didn't take the rubber limb stops out of it here, so with that still in there, you're probably right on spec weight from what the factory is telling you, which is good because a lot of folks do a dry weight, and it really is different. The real weight of what something is different than what they advertise, but PSE is right on, and that's a good thing that they are being very true with those numbers. As usual, PSE has kept a ton of colors so you can customize this bow any way you like. 7 colors, the basic colors that they've had in the past with the mossy oak, tan, black, Cuyo Verde. They've got fusion in there. They did bring back a Cryptek altitude as well. So some great colors so you can customize this bow any way that you want. Now also in the draw length option with the Evolve Cam on an Xpedite, you're going to be able to go from 24 1/2 all the way out to 30 inches in draw length. So the nice part of that is, regardless of what your draw length is, this is going to fit 95–98% of people, even with if you got a short draw. Unless you just got those great big arms, you got a really long draw, this bow is going to fit you right out of the box. It's also available in 60, 70, and 80 pound max weights. So that is something you're going to be able to get a customization there to whatever you're comfortable with and able to draw. Whether you're on the low end of that, you just want a nice comfortable bow, or if you're the guy following all the online stuff right now and trying to just max out weight and get all the weight that you can in an arrow and get all the FOC and kinetic energy, you can get this bow in an 80 pound limb and really just crank it up. If you're checking out the new PSE Xpedite for a bow this year, it is going to come in at a retail of $1,099. So it's right there with the top end bows from everybody else, and you're going to spend a little over $1,000 to put this thing in your arsenal. Now we're going to step outside and try to shoot this over the chronograph a few times, see what kind of speeds it's actually registering. And we, as always, are using a 400 grain arrow with just a standard 340 spine. Nothing special there, but just kind of a middle of the road weight on that. And we'll just see how this thing performs. We stepped outside and we're going to shoot a couple arrows over the chronograph on the new Xpedite. And just kind of see what kind of numbers this thing posts. We, again, are shooting a 400 grain arrow, and we are shooting this, it did come in at like 73 pounds, I believe, when we checked it on the scale, so it's a little over 70, and a lot of times you can expect that out of most bows, not just PSE, but most bows will come in 1-2 pounds heavy when you bottom them out. So let's see what this thing puts over the chronograph here for us. So 312 feet a second, which frankly under those specs, you know, at 29-inch draw, that's really good. So if you're looking for something that is going to be, you know, high speed and you're wanting the fastest thing that you can get, maybe you've got a short draw length and you're trying to make up for that short draw, the Xpedite is going to be an option you want to look at. Now overall, after we've shot this thing several times, for a speed bow, and you know, I keep saying that, but it is important. This is not going to be quite as smooth as some of the other bows out there, but for a speed bow, it comes over really nice. Even at 73 pounds, it's not harsh on the back wall coming over. Still got that solid back wall with the Evolve cam, and you know, sitting in the hand really well. Dead when it went off, and frankly, for as fast as this bow is shooting, I felt it was pretty quiet too. As the quietest thing out there, probably not, but for what this is, PSE has got a really nice bow here. So if you're the guy that's looking to get all the speed you can get, or like I said, make up for a short draw or something to that effect, the Xpedite is going to be one you want to look at. And as always, just the feel of that shot is right there. Probably one of the best bows I've felt in a while. It surprised me, being the speed bow that it is, that it feels as dead as probably some of the EVO NXT stuff. And like I said, smooth on the draw as well. So you could definitely, you take the poundage down on this bow a little bit in a hunting situation, and you're going to be surprised as to how well this bow shoots. So check out the new Xpedite NXT from PSE for 2021. And we're looking forward here in the next few weeks of getting some of that new 21 stuff in, not only from PSE, but a lot of the other manufacturers, and just getting to play with bows. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you're keeping up with all the latest stuff.